Hi, this is Nancy Joy, and this is Weekly Reflections. It's going to be new moon in Taurus on Tuesday, so it'll be the first full moon since we had the huge September 27th red blood moon and all of that. So I titled this Reflections, The Truth About Truth. And here's a 5D reality check for you. There is only one truth, and everything is part of that one truth. So, as you say, this is my truth, and the person opposite you says, this is my truth, they're both part of the one truth, which is why years ago I named my body of work To Love It All. We have duality. We chose to come into duality to learn how to bring the opposites together for creation, for a common goal, for something that we all may desire. Because there's nothing that is not a part of God, right? So therefore, everything in the truth is true. You can have your version of the truth. You can believe in your truth, but so can somebody else. And neither is right or wrong. Because, when you think about it, how would you operate? Your ego gets so upset hearing this. Like if there's no right or wrong, there's no good or bad, and there's no dark and light, how can the ego get all immersed in controlling you to keep you safe if there's nothing to keep you safe from other than your belief that there's some kind of separation here? So I've been working with the integration of opposites for over 20 years. And I emanate from, it came through the portal of Sirius to this planet as a star seed. And Sirius is where the Cetaceans came from. They were seeded on this planet when it was still a water planet as higher dimensional consciousnesses to hold us, their guardians, to hold a space as this planet moves through its development. And so they're doing just that. This is the whales, the dolphins, the manatees, right? So also, the star seeds that emanated from Sirius came to integrate duality. Knowing that this world was moving into a dualistic world, Sirians came to hold a space and a wave of frequency to bring the duality into integration, to create the new, the golden age, whatever you want to call it, that we are creating right now, as we more and more understand that duality doesn't serve us. But while we're understanding duality doesn't serve us, it gets pretty intense, doesn't it? I mean, it's heated up out there. And yet, what I have learned and what I know, and if you study geometry too, it clearly shows us that in duality, there is always intrinsically a point of integration. If you have point A and point B, whether you see it or not, there's always a point C. There is a point of integration in all separation. It's intrinsic in energy and in geometry, and any way you look at it. Think of a man and a woman. What's an intrinsic point when they come together? And then there's creation. A child can be their creation. A certain life can be their creation. Different poles, different negative and positive poles coming together create electricity. All right, you can do so many things with electricity. But if you're polarized, saying that the man is right, the woman's wrong, or vice versa, the negative's good and the positive's not, once you get polarized, it gets harder and harder to reach that point of integration. And the point of integration is the ascension. It's what's happening on Earth. It's where love is the integration of all duality in the end. So it's time to take the polarity of your truth and realize that everybody in their truth has a common goal, pretty much. They want to be happy, experience joy and love, have health, have wonderful relationships, and take beautiful care of the earth they live on. That's pretty much, I think, universally agreed upon. So it's to focus on the goal and not how you're going to get there, because everybody may take a different path, and nobody's path is right or is wrong. And especially, I just dislike Iowa intensely at a time as a presidential election is coming up, because it starts for us 2 years before the actual election, and it's just overwhelming. Because, and it creates, we've talked about this, the elections create such duality. Concentrate on the goal. Concentrate on this new earth. Concentrate on the wave of love that we have just been experiencing and are now trying to understand. So this is really the truth about the truth. I want to just share quickly the latest in my neighbor saga, because a perfect place to demonstrate the consciousness of the truth, the real truth, I guess you could say, in the polarity. Just this week, the wife of my neighbor went rather crazy, accused me of coming on her property and attacking her and scratching her and punching her. Did not do it anyway. And then it escalated. She tried to open the gate to let our horses out. She was just beside herself, right? Not quite right there. And when that didn't work for a number of reasons, she took her truck and she ran through our gate and our fence, knocked it down, knocked all the poles down, ruined the back of her truck. And so there you have it. I mean, I can sit here and say she's wrong. She obviously believes that we're wrong. And yet the real truth is this is happening for a much more important reason. It is this adversity, at least for me and Mark, because we're conscious, that we're going to take and we're going to create something new out of this adversity. We're going to see the poles coming together for a common integration, that divine spark that comes when the opposites are integrated. So think of this, it's pretty exciting time. I'll keep you posted on the neighbor saga, but it's pretty exciting time, and integration can happen so quickly in consciousness, and that is really the truth. So in closing, I just want to say, the next time you get all riled up about your beliefs or someone else's beliefs that are not your own, choose not to polarize the opposite, but focus on the creation that your beliefs want to take you to. They're not wrong, because they have a different pathway, but they have the same goals. So maintain your belief if you choose, but open your heart to realize both things are true, and open the space of love to bring the opposing views into support of the common goal, and catch the magic. Have a great week. Have a great full moon. See you again next week. Bye.